The Sun Devils with a nice win over future conference opponent, Kansas State. Last night, they beat Kansas State 9-6. We had some folks in the chat talking about Isaiah Jackson. He continues to have a stellar start to the season.
Monster.
Yeah.
Gold glove defense, and he can rake.
Last night, 2 hits, 3 RBI, 1 run. He is an absolute dog. And I am so damn excited to see what he accomplishes this season at Arizona State. And really, moving forward, he's one of those guys like Arizona State when they had Torque, right? That you know he's going to the league and you know he's going to go out there and do some really big things. Again, you look at the quote-unquote issue, I guess, as it relates to Arizona State baseball. Pitching, still not necessarily the greatest outing for the Sun Devils last night, giving up 6 runs to Kansas State. Went with 8 pitchers last night.
K-State started their 1, and ASU started our 4.
Yeah.
So, that's a test.
I mean, it's encouraging.
They gave up 6 runs, a true freshman.
Yeah.
Not
so
bad.
No, I'll take it.
Against a ranked team.
I'll take it, man.
And that's what I was saying. Like, I will be excited about Isaiah Jackson the entire season. We're going to give him his love, and I'm sure basically every single time that we talk about ASU baseball, he is going to be the lead.
Yeah.
But if they can just hone in the pitching a little bit, like they did against Kansas State, I mean, 6 runs compared to what they were giving up over the first couple of games. You're talking 13, 14, 11. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
That's a really big difference. Now, I don't think you're ever going to get to the point where you're going to be winning your game with your pitching for this team. You're going to have a lot of offensive battles. But if you can just keep it relatively middle ground, not ballooning to double-digit runs almost every single game.
They'll get in a rhythm.
They're going to be in every single game. They're going to be in. Now, will they win every single one? Of course, the pitching and the bullpen, that's going to play a lot into that. But they're going to have the offense to stick around as long as the pitching can stay consistently okay. I'm not expecting it to be good at really any point this season.
I would just like to see it be better than last season. I think that's what fans want to see. Jacob's a big baseball guy. I mean, the year before was really, really bad. You're talking just god awful. I think for this team, you are going to rely on the offensive firepower a lot similar to what you did last season. But if you could start to see this group get into at least a little bit of a rhythm from a pitching standpoint, then I think this team will certainly make some noise in the Pac-12. But it really is going to come down to the starters and really the bullpen as well. If they're able to just let the bats do what they're able to do and give them a little bit of breathing room. You don't want to start games down a bunch of runs, and that's something that the Sun Devils really had to deal with a lot last season. So obviously Arizona State baseball, a pretty hot start to the season. 3-1 through their first 4 games, picking up a win against a ranked team in Kansas State. You've now got a series, 4-game series against Ohio State, then Texas A&M. So you definitely want to see Arizona State get out to a hot start. They've got those 4 games against Ohio State. Where do you see Arizona State going? Do you have any predictions for that series?
For that's a tough one. I'm not 100% sure. I cannot confidently say they're going to go through and they're going to sweep.
Yeah.
Right. I do like the momentum that they're carrying into it. If they can keep the runs below 7 or 8 for most of the games, I'm confident they can at least pick up 2, if not do 3. The problem with the Ohio State series is I'm looking right afterwards at Texas A&M, TCU, Texas A&M, and Texas Arlington, because that's in the Ranger Stadium in Arlington. And those are some good teams. And that is, I really feel like that is going to be the temperature check for this team. And not to overlook Ohio State or anything like that, but you have your 3-game set against Santa Clara. Okay, they put up a lot of runs. You're getting into the season. I'm not going to put too much stock into that. You go 2-1, that's fine. Kansas State, good win, 1 game. A lot can happen in just 1 game. You can't really prove consistency off of it. These 4 games for Ohio State, I just need them to get right. I need them to get ready, because if they truly are going to be a step above what they were last season, we're going to know Texas A&M, TCU, Texas A&M, and then Texas Arlington.
Absolutely.